Children now that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, please the simple tale to hear. In the Wonderland we sigh, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summers die. Children now that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, lovely shall nestle near. And goes fade and memories die, Alice moves under the sky, never seen by waking eyes. Children now that nestle near, eager eye and willing ear, lovingly shall nestle near. In the Wonderland we sigh, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summers die. Ever drifting down a stream, lingering on golden gleam, life, what is but a dream? Chapter 1. Down the rabbit hole!
Dear, oh dear, it's getting too late!
Never before seen a rabbit with either pockets, or a watch to take out of them,
Carrots!
or one that speaks.
And burning with curiosity, she ran after it.
She was just in time to see it pop down a large hole under a hedge.
In another moment, down went Alice after it.
The rabbit tunnel went for quite some time before it suddenly dipped down.
So suddenly that Alice had a moment to stop before she realized she was falling down what appeared to be a very deep well.
Either the well was very deep, or Alice was falling very slowly, for she had plenty of time to look about.
First, she tried to make out what she was coming to, but it was too dark to see anything. Then she saw that the sides of the well were lined with cupboards and bookshelves,
Looking here and there, she saw
maps, and pictures.
hung up on pegs.
She took down a jar that was on the shelf. It was labeled orange marmalade.
But to her great disappointment, it was empty.
Down, down, down.
Will this fall ever come to an end?
Alice felt herself getting quite sleepy when suddenly,
And then the fall was over. I might have been hurt. Now, to get my bearings.
Alice jumped up in a moment.
she saw it was all dark overhead.
Before her, she saw a long passage.
And she caught a glimpse of the white rabbit hurrying down it.
It looks like there's not a moment to be lost. And off went Alice like the wind.
And was just in time to hear.
My ears and whiskers, it's getting too late. I'll have to face the music. You will.
Alice came to a long, low hall that was lit by a row of lamps hanging from the roof.
There were doors all round the hall. But they're all locked. And when Alice had made her way down one side,
And up the other, she wandered down the hall, sadly wondering.
how am I ever to get out again? Suddenly she came upon a little table. There was nothing on it but a tiny golden key. Well, this must go to one of the doors in the hall. Oh, but alas, the locks are too large. Or the key is too small. At any rate, she could not open any of them.
However, on the second time round, she came upon something she hadn't noticed before. It was a low curtain, and behind it was a door about 15 inches high.
She took the little golden key, and to her great delight,
It fits.
she looked through the door and saw a long passage.
It's not much larger than a rat hole. She looked along the passage. Oh, it's the loveliest garden I've ever seen. Beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains. Oh, I cannot fit. I wish I could shut myself up like a telescope. I think I could if I only knew how to begin.
Alice ran back to the table, half hoping to find another key, or at least a book of rules for shutting people up like telescopes.
On it she found a little bottle. Well, this certainly was not here before. And tied round the bottle was a paper label with the words, "Drink me." I better check and see whether it's marked poison or not. But I've never that should you drink from a bottle marked poison, it's certain to disagree with you sooner or later. However, this bottle was not marked poison, so Alice ventured to taste it. It tastes with a mixed flavor of
Cherry tart.
Custard! Pineapple.
Roast turkey.
toffee, hot butter toast.
Needless to say, she soon finished it off.
What a curious feeling. Oh, I must be shining up like a telescope.
And so it was indeed. She now found that she was only 10 inches high, just the right size for going through the little door that led into the lovely garden.
Oh, but I'd forgotten the little golden key.
Alice ran back to the table but found it impossible to reach it.
She tried to climb up and reach it. We'll never reach it. Oh, there's no use in crying like that. Alice addressed herself rather sharply. Alice, I advise you to leave off this instant. Oh.
She generally gave herself very good advice.
She very seldom followed it.
And she scolded herself so severely that she brought herself to tears.
Suddenly, her eyes fell upon a small glass box. She opened it, and inside was a small cake with the words,
Eat me!
Eat me. Well, I'll eat it. If it makes me go larger, I can reach the key. And if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. So either way, I get to the garden, and I don't care which happens. Which way? Which way? Oh, curiouser and curiouser.
Alice was so much surprised that for the moment she quite forgot how to speak good English.
Now I'm opening out like the largest telescope there ever was.
Telescopes expand and shut, bring distance closer by, going up and down with something might be a small mistake. It's hard to say which way to go, but something you may never know. There are keys, there are doors, shaping things not known before, but something we almost knew, with rabbits white and girls in blue. No more crying, just keep on going. Dry your eyes before flowing. Shedding tears can make the blood, will make you stuck like sticks in mud. But even mice must face their fears, even get lost in a pool of tears.
Keep your bartender do my kisses, please.
Chapter 2. The
Pool of Tears. Goodbye, feet. Oh, my poor little feet. Oh, who'll put your shoes and stockings on for you now, dears? I'll be a great deal too far off to trouble myself about you.
Just at this moment, her head struck against the roof of the hall. In fact, she was now rather more than 9 feet high, and she at once took up the little golden key and hurried off to the garden door.
Oh, the key. Oh, all these tears. I've never cried so in all my life.
She went on shedding gallons of tears until there was a large pool all around her and reaching half down the hall.
Someone had a spill? Well, no one likes cold rabbit's feet. The Duchess! Oh, the Duchess! Won't she be savage if I kept her waiting? Oh, she'll have her knickers in a twist and my neck in her fist. I see you haven't met the Duchess.
If you please, sir. I woke up this morning. Oh, but the next question is, if I'm not the same, well, then who in the world am I? Oh, that's a great puzzle.
Indeed.
Well, now how could I have done that? Oh, I must be growing small again.
She got up and went to the table to measure herself by it and found that she was now about 2 feet high and was going on shrinking rapidly. She soon found the cause of this was the fan she was holding.
Oh, my. Just in time to save myself from shrinking away altogether. That was a narrow escape.
A good deal frightened at the sudden change, but very glad to find herself still in existence.
Oh, and now for the garden.
She ran with all speed back to the little door. Her foot slipped and splash! She was up to her chin in salt water.
I must have somehow fallen into the sea.
However, she soon made out that she was in the pool of tears which she had left when she was 9 feet high. Just then, she heard something splashing about in the pool a little way off, and she swam nearer to see what it was.
Why, it's just a mouse. It must have slipped in like me. I wonder if it would be of any use now to speak to this mouse. The thing is so out of the way down here, I think it very likely it can talk.
So she began.
Oh, mouse, do you know the way out of this pool? I'm very tired of swimming about here, dear mouse.
The mouse looked at her rather inquisitively and seemed to her to wink with one of its little eyes, but it said nothing.
Perhaps it doesn't understand English. Oh, I dare say it's a French mouse come over to Marquis de Lafayette.
So she began again.
Où est ma chatte?
This was the first sentence in her French lesson book.
Pardon? Ah, I beg your pardon, I quite forgot you didn't like cats. Not like cats? Would you like cats if you were me? Well, perhaps not. Oh, but don't be angry about it. Though I do wish I could show you our cat, Dinah. I think you'd take a fancy to cats if you could only see her. She's such a dear, quiet thing. Oh, but we won't talk about her anymore if you'd rather not. We indeed! As if I would talk about such a subject. My family hates cats. Low, vulgar things. I don't want to hear the name again. Oh, I beg your pardon. I won't indeed. Are you fond of dogs? Oh, there's such a sweet little dog that lives near our house. I should like to show you. It's a prey hunter. It kills all the rats and... Oh, dear. Oh, help me. I'm afraid I've offended you again.
The mouse was making quite a commotion in the pool as it went.
Mouse, do come back again and we won't talk about cats or dogs if you don't like them. Oh, I don't want to hurt you. We can talk about whatever you prefer. Let's get to shore. And then I'll tell you why I hate cats and dogs.
It was high time to go, for the pool was getting quite crowded. Birds and animals had fallen into it. A dove, a dodo, an eaglet, a squirrel, and a beaver.
Sorry. It's so lovely, simply lovely, to go for a swim when it's warm on the seashore and the shimmering wind. It's so dreamy, simply dreamy, to take your toes and dip or show off for those watching as you dip on the rim. Stick the landing with some flattery, can't you hear the people clapping love? Simply lovely, to go for a swim. It's so lovely, simply lovely, to go and make a splash in your swimming skivvies. How you can have a dash. You're so dreamy, simply dreamy, you really must admit. You're so catching, swimsuit matching, you know you're looking fit. All the crashing off the ocean, drinking it just like a potion. Love, simply lovely, to go for a swim. What happens when it's cloudy? Forgets a heavy fall. But even bomb or foul, when it's raining cat and dog. What happens to the shore when you've lost the view of all you've ever known before and all you ever knew? It's so scary, scary.
something scary
or briefly, it's simply lovely to go for a swim.
Chapter 3.
A caucus race and a long tail.
Alice led the way, and the whole party swam to the shore. Where did all this salt water come from?
Where's Mama?
Sure, I don't know.
Don't ask Dodo. Dodo don't know.
I'm sunning myself by the dam.
My dam couldn't hold it all.
But you're the damn beaver.
I know. Sorry.
My nuts are gone.
They were indeed a strange-looking party that assembled on the bank. The birds with their draggled feathers, the animals with their fur clinging close to them, and all dripping wet, cross and uncomfortable. The next question, of course, was
How to get dry again.
they had a consultation about this. Shake!
Shudder.
Fling!
Gross.
Shake!
Shudder.
Fling!
Shake!
Shudder.
Fling!
Oh, very good suggestion.
I've got it. I know a way to get us all dry.
This is the driest thing I know.
Dry.
William the Conqueror, whose cause was favored by the Pope, was soon submitted to by the English, who wanted leaders and had been of late much accustomed to usurpation and conquest. Edwin and Morco, the Earls of Mercia and Northumberland, and even Stygan, the patriarchal Archbishop of Canterbury, found it advisable.
What? Found it.
It.
Surely you know what it means. I know what it means well enough when I find a thing. It usually means a frog or a worm. But the question here is, what did the Archbishop find?
Found it advisable to go with Edgar Atheling to meet William and offer him the crown.
How are you getting along now, my dear? As wet as ever. Doesn't dry me at all.
Oh, well, in that case, I move for the immediate adoption of more extreme remedies.
Speak English! I don't understand the meaning of half of those words. And what's more, I don't think you do either.
What I was going to propose is a caucus race.
What's a caucus race?
Why, the best way to explain it is to do it.
First, lined out a race course in a sort of circle. Then all the party were placed along the course, here and there. There was no 1, 2, 3 away, but they kind of began running for their lives, and golf to their lives, and it was not easy to know when the race was over. However, when they had been running for some time, they were going to try again.
The race is over.
But who won?
All have won, and all must have prizes.
Get the prizes.
Who is to get the prizes? Why, she, of course.
I don't know what to get or what to do. Oh, the salt water didn't get to these candy muffins.
And Alice handed them round as prizes. There was exactly one apiece all round.
You promised to tell me your history, you know, and why it is you hate C-A-T and D-O-G.
Mine is a sad and long tale.
met in the house, we shall go to law. I will prosecute you.
Come, I'll take no denial. We must have the trial.
For I have nothing to do, said the mouse to the curse. Such a trial, dear sir. But with no judge or jury? I mean, it'd be a waste of our breath. I'll be judge, and I'll be jury, said cunning old Fury. I'll try the whole cause and condemn you to death. Hey! You were not listening! What are you doing?
Oh, I beg your pardon. You had gotten to the fifth bend, I believe.
You insult me with such nonsense? A mouse!
Oh, do come back and finish your story.
Yes,
Oh, I wish I had Dinah, our cat, here.
This caused a remarkable sensation among the party.
Hello, my dears. I think it's time for all of us to go home. Oh, I'll catch on the flippity flap.
I wish I hadn't mentioned Dinah. No one seems to like her down here, and I'm sure she's the best cat in the world. No, why did I have to follow that white rabbit?
Poor Alice began to cry again, for she was feeling very lonely and low-spirited. In a little while, however, she again heard a little pattering of footsteps on the stairs, and she looked up eagerly, hoping to find what she was looking for.
Down the hole. You can't catch his fluffy tail.
Sometimes if you're quiet and you hear his feet,
You asked where I'm going, and they tell me.
He tore his ashes.
he's again, he's thinking.
It's all part of the rabbit routine. Down the hole. You can't catch his fluffy tail.
He hears you coming, you're taking his lead.
But
You better hurry and pick up the speed.
he's late. He's late for an important scene. It's all part of the rabbit routine. From the bed, you can't catch his fluffy tail. He throws his ashes. He's quick and he's lean. It's all part of the rabbit routine. Chapter 4. The rabbit sends in a little bill. It was the White Rabbit, trotting home again slowly, looking around anxiously as if he had lost something.
Oh, my dear paws, my furs and whiskers! Oh, she'll get me executed, sure as ferrets are ferrets! Where could I put them, I wonder?
Oh, he must be looking for the gloves in the little bag.
So good-naturedly, Alice began looking for the items, but they were nowhere to be seen. Everything had changed since her swim in the pool, and the hall and the little door all vanished completely.
Why, Marianne, what are you doing here? Run home and fetch me my gloves this moment. Quickly now, time is of the essence.
He took me for his housemaid.
We simply can't find good help. Youth these days, how the times have changed.
How surprised he'll be when he finds out who I am.
Alice came upon a neat little house, the door upon which hung a brass plate with an engraving on it.
W. Rabbit. This must be the place. Hopefully I can return these before I meet the real Marianne and be turned out of the house.
Then Alice came upon a tidy little room with a table right up against the window, and on it were two items, a fan and a pair of white kid gloves. It's nice to find something
Here they are.
when you know what you're looking for.
Oh, what's this little bottle? Oh, I do hope it'll make me grow large again, for really I'm quite tired of being such a tiny little thing.
By the time Alice had drunk half the bottle, she had found that she had grown so tall that her head was pressing up against the ceiling, and she had to stoop over to keep from breaking her neck.
Now that's quite enough. Oh, I hope I shan't grow any more. Alas!
But it was too late to wish for something like that. For once you start growing, it's hard to know when to stop.
Oh, now I can do no more, whatever happens. What would become of me?
Finally, that little magic bottle used up its full strength, and Alice stopped growing. When you're too big for your home...
Marianne! Marianne! Fetch me my gloves this moment!
It's time to leave.
Oh, I'm here, I hear a little pattering of feet. I'm here, the white rabbit is after me now.
But Alice had forgotten that she was now 10 times taller than the white rabbit and had nothing to fear.
This door won't budge!
As the door opened inward and Alice's elbow was pressed up against it.
Oh, the Duchess will have me fit to be tied! Okay, well then, I'll just go around to the side and get in through the window.
That he won't.
Alice reached her hand out and made a snatch.
Oh, God. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, the rabbit, it must have fallen.
Deductive reasoning.
Pat! Patrick! Patty, where are you?
I heard you the first 2 times, you banshee.
Well, be about it and help me up then.
Help me up, then. Sure, help me up. Help me up, stop what you're doing and help me up. Sure, and I'm here, Your Honor.
Where have you been?
Why, digging for apples, Your Honor.
Well, here, help me out of this. Now, what's that in the window?
It looks like an arm, Your Honor.
Well, at any rate, it's got no business being there. Quickly, get it down.
And how do you propose me to do that?
There must be a way.
Oh, we'd need a slew of help with that one.
Don't ever mention stew.
I said slew.
Well, what's your plan then?
Oh, well, I could hear what they were saying. I could just reach one of them.
Watch out!
What the devil? I'll tear that house to smithereens.
It's hard to fit in.
It always happens to me when I have an appointment to keep.
Oh, I've got it, Your Honor. Let's get Bill.
Oh, I wonder what they'll do next. As for pulling me out the window, I only wish they could.
There was a rumble and then the sounds of many voices all talking at once.
Tick-tock, tick-tock!
That's the culprit right there.
You little thing! That's the time to spare, gentlemen.
They're meeting more than this than meets the eye.
Now, the door and the window are out. I propose the chimney.
Make it so, at once!
Will the roof bear?
You're a lizard, what do you think?
I'd rather not think you.
Quickly now, before the whole house comes apart!
Are you sure there isn't someone better suited? It's awfully high.
That's enough of the boycott, Bill. The master insists that you go up the chimney.
Bill, I insist. Now get up there before you lose your tail!
So Alice took her leg and pressed it down as far as it would go. And then she waited for the sound of a little animal scurrying and scratching about in the chimney above her. And then she gave one swift kick.
Poor Bill.
What happened to you?
I hardly know, thinking. I'm better now. All I know is something comes at me like a jack in the box, and up I goes like a skyrocket.
Oh, a barrel full.
To begin with,
A barrel full of what?
Alice didn't have long to wonder when suddenly there was a shower of pebbles rattling against her window.
Oh, these pebbles are all turning into little cakes. And cake seems to be keeping out. If I eat one of these, it's sure to make some change in my size.
Cakes have been known to change people's size. Or so I'm told.
Oh, it's working! I'm shrinking!
Although growing seems to be the thing around here.
Oh, and now to get out of this house before I'm stuck here forever.
Alice made her escape, but then found herself surrounded by an assortment of insects.
eye.
Advice from a caterpillar.
Alice was just in time as she peeked over the edge to catch the eyes of a large green caterpillar who was quietly smoking a long hookah and not taking the smallest notice of her or of anything else.
Who are you?
Well, I hardly know just at present, sir. At least, I know who I was when I woke up this morning. But I think I must have changed several times since then.
What does that mean? Explain yourself.
Well, I'm afraid I can't explain myself, sir, because I'm not myself, you see. And being so many different sizes in a day is so dreadfully confusing. I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why?
As Alice could think of no good reason, and the caterpillar seemed to be in a very unpleasant state of mind, she turned away.
Come back! I've something important to say to you. Keep your temper.
Was that all?
No! So you think it changed, do you?
Well, I'm afraid I have, sir. I don't remember things as I used to. I can't keep the same size for 10 minutes together.
Well, what size do you want to be?
Oh, I'm not particular as to size. Only one doesn't like changing so often, you know. I should like to be a little larger. You wouldn't mind, sir? 3 inches is such a wretched height to be.
3 inches is a very good height indeed.
The caterpillar was exactly 3 inches high.
One side of the mushroom makes you grow taller. And the other side makes you grow shorter.
One side of what? The other side of what?
Of the mushroom.
Alice remained, looking thoughtfully at the mushroom for a minute.
Well, now, which is which? Perhaps a little bit of the left-hand side first, just to try the effect. I'm feeling so small again.
I've always found if something doesn't agree with you, try something else. And so she did.
Perhaps a little bit of the right-hand side. Now what's this? Oh, my head is too big for my body. My neck is rising like a stalk. And oh, where have my shoulders got to? And oh, my poor hands, how is it that I can't see you?
I can't see the back of my head, but I'm convinced that it's still there. A large pigeon had flown into Alice's face, beating her violently with its wings.
Serpent! Oh, I'm not a serpent, let me alone.
Dear Lord, have mercy. I've tried everything. I've tried the roots of trees. I've tried hedges. I've tried beds. But those serpents, there's no place in them.
Alice was more and more confused.
As if it wasn't trouble enough hatching the eggs, I must be on the lookout for snakes and serpents night and day. And just as I'd taken the highest tree in the wood, and just as I was thinking I'd be free of them at last, they must needs come wriggling down from the sky! Ah! Serpent!
I'm not a serpent. At least, oh, I don't think I am.
If you change so much in a single day, it's hard to say who you are anymore.
Oh, I'm a little girl.
Oh, well, you're after my eggs, I know that well enough, so what does it matter to me if you're a little girl or a serpent?
such dastardly crimes! But you're not getting mine!
Oh, I told you I don't want yours, and I'm a girl.
Well then, girl, be off with ya! Shoo!
How am I to untangle my body from this mess? The mushroom. Perhaps the right amount of each will do the trick.
I don't care too much for eggs or nuts, but put them together with syrup, sugar, and vanilla, and it is divinity. But I digress. Alice set to work, first taking a bit of one side, and then the other, until she had brought herself down to a respectable height.
One foot high, full house, growing and shrinking.
Still don't know where to go. What are you thinking?
Agents are shooting us some minutes away.
No matter your size, there's no place to stay. Then you find just in time Duchess's door. A frog for a footman, a fish wanting more. Before you go in, Cheshire Grin. Things in. Your flaring nostrils teases. Cheshire Grin.
Chapter 6. Pepper and Chester. For a minute or two, Alice stood looking at the house when suddenly a footman came running out of the wood. Judging by his face, most would have called him a fish. I would have at least. And the footman at the door, like a frog.
For the Duchess, an invitation from the royal court to play croquet.
From the royal court, an invitation for the Duchess to play croquet.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
Pardon me. There's no use in knocking, Ribbit. And that's for 2 reasons. One, it's because I'm on the same side of the door as you. And I'm the only one who answers the door. 2, because they are making so much noise inside, they won't ever hear you.
And certainly there was an extraordinary noise going on within.
Well, but how am I to get in?
Are you to get in? Is the question you should be asking.
Well, if you won't get up and they cannot hear, I'll go in on my own.
The door led into a large kitchen that was filled with smoke from one end to the other. The Duchess was sitting in the middle with the baby, and the cook was stirring a cauldron over the fire. That seemed to be cow soup. There's certainly too much pepper in that soup.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. The only 2 creatures who were not sneezing were the cook and the large cat who was grinning from ear to ear.
Excuse me. Do you mind telling me why it is that your cat grins like that?
It's a Cheshire cat, that's why.
Oh, well, I didn't know that Cheshire cats always grin. In fact, I didn't know that cats could grin.
Well, you don't know much, and that's a fact.
Just then, the cook took the cauldron off the fire and set to work throwing everything within his reach. The Duchess had no notice, even when he was hipper, and the baby was howling so much as it was that it was impossible to tell whether the cook heard it or not.
Mind what you're doing.
Out here. Hey, nurse it a bit if you like. I must get ready to go play croquet with the royal court.
Oh, I don't take this time
I should fix it lately.
Will it be all right?
There are no guarantees for safety in the world. Citizens and cards! And a little bit of food and she'll be grown in no time. Little shaka, don't make fool, don't make fool. Voila.
Cheshire Puss. Oh, do you mind telling me which way I ought to go from here?
In that direction lives the March and in that direction lives the Mad Hatter. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
Oh, but I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. Do you play croquet with the Queen today?
Well, I should like it very much, but I haven't been invited.
Oh, well, you will see me there.
How strange. They all come and go.
Alice had not gone much farther before she came in sight of the house of the March Hare, and soon she began to hear the clinking of cups and a variety of lively sounds.
The party, let's gather round. Be sure to be hearty and listen to the sounds. We're gonna just a few sounds to be got tea to boil, sugar, lemon, and cream. It depends what you like to have all in your dreams. Carol, now when you tip the pot, listen for a minute unless you like it. Pull up a chair, there's room at the peace. If you don't mind the birds and the bees, take a cup of plate and pass it around. Let it sit for a minute, make some sound. Hit the spot, clink, sit, that's hot. So good that hit the spot. Pull up a chair, pull up our chair. They don't need much and there's plenty to share. Take a cup of plate and pass it around. Let it sit for a minute, make some sound. That's all. I'm the sound that hit the spot. We're all mad here, that's perfectly clear. We're all mad here every day like here. Everyone's in the room, that's hot. No so good that hit the spot.
One of my favorite parts. It's about tea. And tea. I believe that tea is best when shared with a few close friends. Ah, and here they are. Good day, March Hare. Save you. I don't even want to talk about it. Hello, Dormouse.
If you love me, let me sleep.
Sorry to disturb you. You just stay right there. Now, let me see. Where was I? Oh, yes. Chapter 7.
Goodness, that poor dormouse certainly looks uncomfortable. But seeing as it's asleep, I suppose it doesn't mind.
There's no room! No room! There's no room.
Well, there's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
Well, I don't see any wine.
because there isn't any.
It wasn't very civil of you to offer.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
Well, I didn't know it was your table, except for a great many more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk? Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Oh, brilliant riddles. I think I can guess that.
Do you mean that you think you can find out the answer to it?
Oh, exactly so.
Oh, then you should say what you mean.
Well, I do. At least I mean what I say. It's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. You might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see. You might just as well say that I like what I get. It's the same thing as saying I get what I like.
You might just as well say that I sleep when I breathe. It's the same thing as saying I breathe when I sleep.
It is the same thing with you.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
What day of the month is it?
Of the 4th.
Oh, 2 days wrong. 2 days wrong! I told you butter wouldn't suit the works! Yes, but it was the best butter. Yes, but some breadcrumbs must have got in as well. You shouldn't have put it in with a bread knife. Yes, but it was the best butter.
What do you watch? It tells you what day of the month it is. It tells you what the clock it is.
Why shouldn't it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Well, of course not. But that's
Which is exactly the case with mine.
why I don't quite follow you.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course, just what I was going to remark.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Well, I think you could do something better with the time than waste it asking riddles that have no answer.
Oh, if you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about it. It's him. He says I'm back.
I don't quite understand.
No, I dare say not. I dare say you never even spoke to time.
Perhaps not. Oh, but I know that I have to beat time when I play music.
Oh, without account for it, you can't beat time. Time won't stand beating. He won't come for no. Now, if only you were to stay on good terms with time, he'd do almost anything you like with the clock. For instance,
Suppose it was 9 o'clock in the morning. Just time for lessons to begin.
suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning. Just time for lessons to begin. You'd only have to whisper a hint to time, and round goes the clock in a twinkling. 1:30. Time for dinner.
Well, that would be grand, certainly.
Yes.
Oh, but then I shouldn't be hungry for it, you know.
Oh, well, not at first, perhaps, but you could keep it to 1:30 for as long as you like.
Was that the way you manage?
Not I. No. We quarreled last March, Time and I. Quarreled deeply. It was in March, just before he went mad, you know. Ah! It was at the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing. A twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're like. You recognize the song, of course.
I've heard something like it.
It goes on, you know, in this way. All above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle,
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
twinkle, twinkle, twinkle! Well, I probably finished the first verse. The Queen jumps up and bawls out, "He's firing the time! Off with his head!"
Oh, how dreadfully savage.
Yes, then time will do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Is that why there's so many tea things about?
Yes, exactly. And we've no time to wash the things between whiles.
Oh, so you just keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so, as the things get used up.
What happens if you come back to the subject again?
Let's change the subject. I had enough of this. I got the young lady tell us a story.
Well, I'm afraid that I don't know one.
Well, then the dormouse shall. Wake up, dormouse! Yes, tell us a story.
Please do.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before it's done.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters. And they lived in the bottom of a well. And their names were Elsie, and Lacey, and Tilly. And they lived in the bottom of a well.
What do they live on?
They lived on treacle.
Well, they couldn't have done that, you know. Treacle is molasses with all that dark syrup. They'd have been ill.
So they were very ill.
Oh, why do they live in a well?
Take some more tea.
Well, I've had nothing yet, so I can't take more.
You can't take less. It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Let's make it personal. Relax now.
Why do they live in a well?
It was a treacle well.
Oh, there's no such thing.
If you can't manage to be civil, you better finish your story for yourself.
No, I'm sorry. Please go on. I won't interrupt again. Well, I dare say there may be one.
Huh. One indeed. And so, these 3 little sisters were learning to draw.
What did they draw?
They drew treacle. Other than drawing, what else do you do with a well?
I want a clean cup. Let's all move one chair on, please.
Fred, I don't understand. Where did they draw the treacle from?
You can draw water out of a water well. So I would think you could draw treacle out of a treacle well. Ain't stupid?
But they were in the well.
Yes, indeed. They were well.
And so these 3 little sisters were learning to draw things that begin with an M.
Oh, why with that?
Why not?
And they were learning to draw all manner of things that begins with an M. Such as the moon, and mouse traps, and memory, and muchness. You know how you hear things that are said that are much of a muchness. Did you ever see such a thing as the drawing of a muchness?
Well, now that you say it, I don't think that I have.
Then you shouldn't talk.
Never.
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 Well then, I start thinking now, I should think.
If I were you!
Well, I do think. I think it's time for me to take my leave. You are completely mad.
You are completely mad. Bye.
At any rate, I'll never go there again. It was the stupidest tea party I was ever at in my entire life.
Just as she said this, Alice noticed a tree with a door leading right into it.
Oh, now that's very curious. But everything's curious today. Well, I may as well go in at once. Oh, and right here is a golden key. Alice found herself
If one can find oneself.
in a beautiful garden, surrounded by bright, colorful flower beds with cool water
it time for our tea break? I already had tea. Lots and lots of tea.
I had tea twice.
Oh, twice the tea. It must be time for our tea break.
They give us a break.
So we'll see all of you after your intermission, after your tea break.
When you are by the sea, there's so much to see and do. After you've had some tea with your merry motley crew, you could pick a wild bouquet, fly a homespun kite, or attend the Queen's Croquet. Exotic birds doing things unsaid. Mine was said to keep your head. You might choose, it's best to lose if you spend the day at the Queen's Croquet.
Out of my way!
And take a holiday along the sandy shore. Or spend the day cities hasn't seen before. At the Queen's Croquet, aiming for the kings. All the people play, but the Queen always wins. Exotic birds doing things absurd. Mine was said to keep your head. You might choose, it's best to lose. Spend the day at the Queen's Croquet. If you're bound for the croquet, keep your head. And mine was said, you might choose, it's best to lose if you spend the day at the Queen's Croquet.
Chapter 8.
The Queen's Croquet Ground.
Make way! Make way for the Queen! Knight! Bring me my crown! A moment. Oh, there you are, my wishes.
Alice was rather doubtful whether she ought not to lie face down like the others.
Move!
I don't recall ever having heard of such a woman to lie down on my face at a royal procession.
Out of my way!
And what would be the use of a procession if everyone had to lie on their faces so no one could see it?
So she stayed where she was and waited. And when the procession had come opposite to Alice, the Queen stopped and looked at her.
Who is this? Idiot! What's your name, child?
My name's Alice. Oh, so please, your majesty.
You refuse to bow?
Who would see the procession if everyone bowed? Her subjects only a pack of cards.
Only! Down with her head!
Nonsense!
Your Majesty, she is only a child. Remember, you were a child not so long ago yourself.
Hold your tongue! Imbecile! Very well. Alice, can you play croquet?
Yes.
Come on then.
It's a very fine day.
Oh, very. Pardon me, Mr. White Rabbit. Sorry, excuse me. Do you mind telling me where the Duchess is?
Hush, hush. There was a time when she was in favor. That time has come to an end. She's under sentence of execution.
Oh, what for?
Did you say what a pity?
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I don't think it's at all a pity. I said what for?
Well, she boxed the Queen's ears when she was younger. Hush, hush, the Queen will hear you. You see, she was late, and the Queen said,
Get to your places!
How are you getting on?
Well, they don't play it all fairly. They all quarrel so dreadfully one can't hear oneself speak. Well, there don't seem to be any rules in particular, or if there are, no one attends to them. Well, you have no idea how confusing it is, all the things being alive. For instance, I should have croqueted the Queen's hedgehog just now, only hers ran away when it saw mine coming.
As for the royalty, how do you like the Queen?
Not at all. She's so extremely likely to win. That's hardly worthwhile finishing the game.
Well, it is my game. But who are you talking to?
Oh, it's a friend of mine, a Cheshire Cat. Allow me to introduce it.
I don't like the look of it at all. However, it may kiss my hand if it likes.
I'd rather not.
Don't be impertinent and don't look at me like that.
A cat may look at a king.
Perfect.
Oh, I read that somewhere, but I don't remember where. So surely it may look at a queen.
It must be removed. Over its head. Executioner!
quickly now!
You cannot cut off a head unless there's a body connected to it to cut off from. I've never done that in my life. I'm not going to begin doing it now at my age.
Anything that has a head could be beheaded. You shouldn't talk nonsense. If something isn't done about it in less than no time, I'll have everybody executed all round!
It belongs to the Duchess. You ought to try asking her about it.
She's in prison. Fetch her here!
Fetch?
Do you mock me?
Never, Your Majesty.
Mock might mean to ridicule or to treat me like a fool. Mock might mean like a fake.
Depends on your personal tone.
Mock might mean to imitate. That's flattery for goodness sake. Mock might mean just as good.
Be careful not to judge things before you shoot.
I said careful before judging what you see. Cause you never know what mock might mean. Mock might mean a 30 brands you can keep or cash in hand. Mock might mean it isn't real.
It's here, so what's the deal?
Mock might mean pretend it's real. Let your creation turn into real. Mock might mean just as good.
Be careful not to judge things before you shoot.
I
own thing.
How happy I am to find her in such a pleasant temper. You seem to be much better since the sneezing and the pepper.
Oh, when I'm a duchess, I won't have any pepper in my house at all.
But aren't
Sue
you?
does very well without it. And maybe it's pepper that makes people so hot-tempered, and vinegar that makes them sour, and chamomile that makes them bitter, and sugar and such things that make children sweet-tempered. Oh, I wish more people knew about that, and maybe they wouldn't be so stingy with sugar. You're thinking, child. That makes you forget to talk. Now, I can't think just now what the moral of that is, but I shall remember it in a bit.
Well, perhaps it hasn't one.
Oh, child, everything's got a moral, if only you can find it.
Well, the game's getting on rather better now.
Tis so. And the moral of that is, tis love. Tis love that makes the world go round.
How fond she is of finding morals in things.
I dare say you're wondering why I don't put my arm around your waist, and the reason is, I'm not sure the temper of your flamingo, but shall I try the experiment?
She might bite.
Oh. Very true. Flamingos and mustard both bite. And the moral of that is, birds of a feather flock together.
Except that mustard isn't a bird.
But as usual, what a clear way you have of putting things.
It's a mineral, I think.
Of course it is. And there is a large mustard mine near here. And the moral of that is, the more there is of mine, the less there is of yours.
Oh, I know. It's a vegetable. It doesn't look like one, but it is.
I quite agree with you. And the moral of that is, be as you would seem to be. Or, if you'd like it put more simply, never imagine yourself not to be otherwise, and what might appear to others that what you were or might have been was not otherwise than what you had been, would have appeared to be otherwise.
I think I might have understood that better if I had it written down. But I couldn't quite follow it as you said it.
That's nothing to what I could say if I chose.
Oh, pray don't trouble yourself to say it any longer than that.
Don't speak trouble. I make you a present of everything I've said as yet. Thinking again?
I have a right to think.
About as much right as pigs have to fly. And the moral of the... A fine day, Your Majesty.
Give you fair warning. Either you or your head must be off, and that's in about half no time. Take your choice! Chapter 9. The Mock Turtle Story. Have you seen the mock turtle yet?
Oh, no, Your Majesty. I don't even know what a mock turtle is.
Why, it's the thing mock turtle soup is made from.
Well, I've never seen one or heard of one.
Come on, then, and she shall tell you her history.
And so they came upon a griffin, with the body, tail, and legs of a lion, and the head and wings of an eagle. He was taking a nice, long nap.
A lazy thing! And to take this young lady to see the mock turtle, and to hear her history. I must go back and see about some executions I have ordered. Ta-da!
What fun!
What is the fun?
What, she? It's all her fancy. They never executes nobody. Come on!
Everyone says come on here. I was never ordered about so in my life. Never. What is her sorrow?
What, she? It's all her fancy. She has no sorrow. She has no sorrow. She has no sorrow. She has no sorrow. Come on. This here young lady, Bubala, she wants for to know your history, she do.
I'll tell it her. Sit down.
both of you. And don't say a word until I'm finished.
Well, I don't see how she can finish if she doesn't first begin.
Once, I was a real turtle. When we were little, we went to school in the sea. Our master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why'd you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. Very dull.
You should be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question. Go on, Bubble. We don't have all day.
We went to school in the sea, a school of fish, though you mayn't believe it.
I never said I did it.
You did.
Hold your tongue.
We had the best of education. We went to school every day.
Well, I've been to day school too. You need me so proud as all that.
Oh, with extras?
Oh, yes, we learned French and music.
Oh, wow. I couldn't afford to learn it. I had to take the regular course.
Oh, wait, what was that like?
Well, there was reeling and driving to begin with, and then the different branches of arithmetic, you know, ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision.
What's uglification?
You don't know what uglification is? Well, you know what it is to beautify, right?
Well, yes, it means to make anything prettier.
Well, then if you don't know what it is to uglify, you really are a simpleton.
What else did you learn?
Well, there was mystery, ancient and modern, with geography. Oh, and drawing. Oh, the drawing master was an old conger reel. He came once a week.
I never learned that. I went to the classics masters.
Oh, I never went to him for classics. He taught laughing and grief, they used to say.
So he did. So he did.
God, dear.
And how many hours a day did you do lessons?
Well, 10 the first day, 9 the next, and so on.
Wait, what a curious plan.
They're called lessons because they lessen from day to day.
Oh, so then the 11th day must have been a holiday.
Of course it was.
But how did you manage on the 12th?
Like,
Okay, enough about this. Why don't you tell us something about the games before we run out of time? Before we run out of time.
It is getting late. We're still hearing stories. We have lost our way.
At least the allegories.
Let's keep this song short. We've got expectations to fulfill, including chapter 10. Including chapter 10. Including chapter 10.
It's as if she has a bone stuck in her throat.
you may not have lived much under the sea.
I haven't.
And maybe you've never even been introduced to a lobster.
Oh, I've once eaten it. No, never.
Then you can have no idea how delightful a thing a lobster quadrille is.
Oh, no, indeed. What sort of dance is it?
Okay, well, first you line up along the seashore.
Two lines.
Yeah, two lines. You're
You're
right.
right. And then once you've cleared all the junk jellyfish.
Oh, the jellyfish. Go. Shoot. That normally takes a while.
It does. Then you advance twice.
Oh, each with a lobster in your hands. Right. And then you reverse with the lobsters, and you retire in the same way.
And then you take them all out.
Throw them out at sea. And you swim.
And then you turn a somersault in the sea.
Yeah. And then you come back.
All the way. And that's just
And you come back. Yeah.
the first figure.
I don't remember that.
Oh, it must be a very pretty dance.
Would you like to hear a little of it?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Come. Oh, let's try. We can do without the lobsters, you know. Come, who will sing?
You. I don't remember the words.
Will you walk a little faster so you're right into a snail? There's a porpoise close behind us and he's treading on a tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles all advance? They are waiting on the ship. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance? Thank you. Oh, what do you say, my darling? Shall we show her the dance with the second verse?
Oh, please do.
I might as well. You can really have no notion how delightful it will be when we take us up and throw us with the lobsters out at sea. But the snail replied, fine, keep on the stance. He didn't know why he kindly why he would not join the dance. Would not join the dance. Would not join the dance. What matters it how far we go, the scaly friend replied.
There is another shore, you know, upon the other side.
Further off from England and nearer to France.
But do not hesitate to come and join the dance.
Will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you join the dance?
Oh, yes, as to the whiting day. Well, you've seen them before, of course.
Oh, yes, I've seen them often. I think.
Well, I don't know where Din
No.
might be, but if you see them so often, then of course you know what they're like.
Oh, yes, they've got their tails in their mouths and they are all over crumbs.
No, you're wrong about the crumbs. Crumbs would all wash off in the sea, but they do have their tails on their mouths, and the reason is... The reason is that they would go with the lobsters to the dance, so they would get thrown out to sea, so they had to fall a long way, so they got their tails fast in their mouth, so they couldn't get them out again, that's all.
Thank you, it's very interesting. I never knew so much about whiting before.
I can tell you a lot more if you want to know. Like, for example, do you know why they're called whiting?
No, why?
Because they do the boots and shoes.
Because
Well, what does your boots and shoes? You know, what makes them all shiny?
oh, they're done with blacking, I believe.
Well, in the sea, boots and shoes are done with a whiting. Now you know.
Well, what are they made of?
Soles and eels. Shrimp could have told you that.
You know, if I'd been the whiting, I'd have said to the porpoise, stand back. We don't want you with us.
They were obliged to have him with them. No wise fish would go anywhere without a porpoise.
Oh, wouldn't it really?
Of course not. Why, if a fish came to me and said it was going on a long journey, I would say, with what purpose?
Well, don't you mean purpose?
I mean what I say.
Okay, all right, enough of this. Here, come here. Tell us something about your adventures.
Well, I can tell you about my adventures starting from this morning, but there's no use to going back to yesterday because I was a different person then.
Explain all that.
No, adventures first, explanations later. They take too long.
So Alice explained her adventures from when she first met the white rabbit. They both sat and listened quietly until she got to the part about the caterpillar, and
and the Mock Turtle drew a deep breath.
That is very curious.
Very curious indeed. Okay. So what do I do now? I could show you another figure of the lobster quadrille, or the mock turtle could sing you something.
Oh, a song if she doesn't mind.
There's no accounting for taste. Okay, all right, here. Darling, why don't you sing her a beautiful soup? One of my favorites.
So rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. Oh, for such dainties were not stewed. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup, beautiful soup. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening.
The trial is about to start!
The court of the queen. Assemble, be nimble, tremble before the queen.
Gather birds and gather beasts, all great creatures tall and least. Herd of rabbits, packing cards, and men with queens in charge. You've been summoned! You've been summoned before the queen! Keep your head on, tell lies about what you see.
You've been summoned! You've been summoned before the court. Quick and spry, it's do or die. Come swear your report.
Judge and jury, gather round to find the guilt that must be found.
Give your evidence, share your truth, though it matters not to the queen. What's the truth? You've been summoned! You've been summoned before the court. Keep your head on, tell no lies about what you see.
You've been summoned! You've been summoned before the court!
Quick and spry, it's do or die. Come swear to your report.
You've been summoned!
You've been summoned.
Chapter 11.
Who stole the tarts? Come on,
What trial is it?
come on.
Queen was standing at her podium whenever Alice arrived. There was a great crowd assembled all around, made up of all sorts. According to the jury was the damn beaver. In the center of the quadrant was a table with a large dish of tarts upon it.
Well, I wish they get the trial done and hand round the refreshments.
I'm always up for a nosh. Well, maybe they have bagels.
The accused knight stood before the court, in chains, with an armed guard, and an eager executioner looming near. Near the queen was the white rabbit, decked with a trumpet in one hand and a roll of parchment in the other.
Silence in the court!
Harold, read the accusation!
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knight of Hearts, he stole those tarts, and took them quite away.
Consider your verdict!
Yes, Your Majesty, there's still a good deal to come before that.
Call the first witness!
First witness!
I wonder who's been summoned.
I suspect we're about to find out.
The first witness was the Hatter.
Oh, that's me. I beg your pardon, Your Majesty, for bringing these in, but we hadn't quite finished our tea when we were sent for.
You are to have finished! When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was. No, it was the 15th.
No. It was the 16th.
Write that
I
down!
want Your Majesty. Scribe!
14, 15, 16.
Good.
Take off your hat.
His head? His hat?
My hat? It isn't mine.
Stolen!
No, Your Majesty, I keep them to sell. I have none of my own. Of course not. He's the Hatter, of course.
Give your evidence and stop fidgeting, or I'll have you executed on the spot!
Now, Your Majesty!
Not yet.
I do hope the Hatter will be all right.
And I do hope you'll stop squeezing me. I can barely breathe and I have no room for my grub.
Oh, it's not my fault. There's too many of us squeezed into this box of a room.
You have no right taking up so much space.
Don't talk nonsense. You take up space yourself, you know.
Yeah, but I don't have a fit in it, which isn't easy being half lion and half eagle. My behind keeps chasing after my head.
Not fitting in seems to be my specialty lately. But still, not fitting in and being who you are is so much easier than trying to fit in and being what you're not.
Bring me a list of the singers in the last concert.
Singers?
Give your evidence, or I'll have you executed whether you're nervous or not!
Right!
A moment, executioner.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and I haven't begun my tea but about a week or so ago. What with the bread and butter getting so thin and the twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of what?
It began with the tea.
Of course, twinkling begins with a T. Do you take me for a dunce?
Dunce?
Dunce? Go on!
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and most things twinkled after that. Only the March Hare said, "No, I didn't." The March Hare said, "No, I did not." "Yes, you did." "No, I deny it."
He denies it! Deny. Leave out that part.
Yes, and then the Dormouse said, Yes, I remember. Yes, it's very good. And then I cut some more bread and butter.
Pardon, but what did the Dormouse say?
Yeah. That I can't remember.
You must remember, or I'll have you executed!
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
You're a very poor speaker. Very well! If that's all you know about it, you may stand down.
Well, I'm on the floor as it is. He can't go any lower.
You may sit down then.
We'd rather finish our tea.
Over his head! Executioner! No! Don't have the header! Call the next witness!
First call for the second witness!
What a curious trial. I do hope the Hatter doesn't come to harm.
I think he managed to duck out. I seem to have ruffled some feathers.
Silence in the court!
Second call for the second witness, the cook!
Give your evidence!
I shan't.
Your Majesty must cross-examine the witness.
Oh, well, if I must, I must. What are tarts made of?
Pepper mostly.
No.
They're made of
Never mind. Call the next witness.
Your Majesty, a cross-examination of the next witness might be helpful.
Why makes my forehead ache?
Foreman ache, but I'm the foreman.
Damn beaver. Silence.
Sorry.
Very well. Where is this witness?
Calling the next witness, Alice.
Can you remember the time when they called you by your name? Write your song and rhyme to win the dreamer's game. What words will they share when they call you to the stand? When the judge is less unfair and unjust is held land. When you made it to the light and you've grown into your own, let your truth ignite in the lies that you've been shown. Even down the rabbit hole where you lost way, you know your heart, you know your soul, that's how you break the day. Share your words and armor climb when they call you by your name. To write your song and rhyme to win the dreamer's
Chapter 12.
Alice's evidence.
In the flurry of the moment, Alice was quite forgetting the small quarters around the jewelry box, and in her hurry to get up, she tipped over the damn beaver.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, sorry!
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry!
The trial cannot proceed until all are back in their places. All.
Sorry.
Shall we proceed with the trial, Your Majesty?
We shall, Rabbit.
Place your hand on this book. Do you solemnly swear?
No, never.
Very good. Alice! What do you know of this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever.
Nothing whatever. That's very important. Important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means, of course.
Unimportant, of course, I meant.
Important? What is important?
Nothing is.
Nothing is important.
Was any of this business important?
Silence! Rule 42. All persons with adjourned members on their heads to leave the court.
That was an accident. And I know that sometimes courts are overturned.
My rulings are never overturned.
Well, I shan't go at any rate. Besides, it's not a regular rule. You invented it just now.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
Oh, well, in that case, it ought to be number 1.
Consider your verdict!
Yet, Your Majesty, there's still evidence yet to be considered. This letter has just arrived.
What's in it?
Don't know, I haven't opened it yet. But it appears to be a letter written by the knight to somebody.
Oh, well, it must have been that, unless it was written to nobody, which is unusual, you know.
I'm sorry, but who is it directed to?
It isn't directed at all. There's nothing written on the outside. Why, it isn't a letter at all. It's a set of verses.
Pardon, but are they in the prisoner's handwriting?
No, that's the queerest thing about it.
He must have imitated somebody else's hand.
Please, Your Majesty, I did not write that letter, and they can't prove it.
If There isn't even a name at the bottom.
If you didn't sign it, that only makes the matter worse. You must have meant some mischief. Or else you could sign your name like an honest man. That proves his guilt.
That proves nothing of the sort. We don't even know what they're about.
Read them.
Where shall I begin, Your Majesty?
Begin at the beginning. Go on till you come to the end. Then stop.
They told me they had been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me good character, but said I could not swim. He sent the word I had not done. We know it to be true. If she should push the matter on, it would become with you. I gave it one, they gave it two, you gave it three or more. They all returned to him to you that they were mine before. If she or I could chance to be involved in this affair, I trust in you to set them free exactly as they were. My notion was that you had been, before she had discovered an obstacle that came between him ourselves and it, to let them know you liked them best, and this would ever be a secret kept from all the rest between yourself and me.
Why, that's the most important piece of evidence we've heard yet. And now the
If
jury.
any of them can explain it,
Now your place.
I'll give them a nickel. I don't think there's an atom of meaning in it.
There's no meaning?
If there's no meaning, then that saves the world of trouble, you know, and we needn't try to find any. And yet, I don't know. I seem to see some meaning in them after all. Said I could not swim. You can't swim, can you?
Does it look like I can? I made it entirely of cardboard.
Right, so far, we know it to be true. Why, that's the jury, of course. I gave her one, they gave him two. Why, that must be what he did with the tarts, you know.
But then it goes on, they all returned from him to you. We're trying to find logic here, and all your majesties in, and you must have them.
Why, there they are. Nothing can be clearer than that. Then again, before she had this fit, why, I never had fits! Did I?
Your Majesty, you are shockingly steady in your temper.
And the words don't fit. It's a pie!
Very good, Your Majesty. Let the jury consider their verdict.
No. Sentence first, verdict afterwards.
Stop it nonsense, the idea of having the sentence burst.
Hold your tongue!
I won't. I know what I know. I'm not afraid to use my voice. Well, this whole scene is a charade.
Off with her head!
Oh, you see? Even your own subjects have stopped listening to you. What if they have no fear of you? I certainly don't. When who are they? A duck? Quack? A beaver? A griffin? Cards?
Rabbit! Stop them!
Wait! Wait! Wait for me!
Sorry.
Who cares for you? You're all alone.
How dare you!
I may not know my place, but I know who I am.
Give me my book!
Why, it's my story. When you're nothing but a cardboard queen to a pack of cards.
fading and you've been sleeping all day. The boardwalk will be closing soon.
Oh, what a long sleep I've had. Oh, the most curious dream.
Dream?
Yes. Oh, I dreamt that I followed a white rabbit down a rabbit hole. I kept changing sizes. I didn't fit in anywhere. There was a caterpillar and a queen, a dancing turtle and a griffin, and a child and... What a Mad Hatter.
Well, that's a curious dream. But the sun is fading and it's getting chilly out, so I'm going to pack up and go. You ready?
Let's go, I'm starving.
I could use a spot of tea. Are you all right on your own?
Well, thank you. And I am.
So